Hello Kids Club kids, it is Miss Marie. I have a very fun activity for us to do. Our activity today is baking. I absolutely love baking. It is one of my favorite things to do besides gardening. But we are going to be making biscuits today. I absolutely love biscuits. They're so soft and fluffy and they taste delicious. I love them. So if you guys stick around to watch the rest of the video, I'm going to be showing you how to make them.
So this is what you're going to need to make the biscuits. Baking soda, baking powder, any type of milk product, but we have buttermilk, all-purpose flour, salt, and butter. And of course, whenever you guys bake or cook anything, you guys have to wash your hands before you start. So get them nice and squeaky clean.
So the first thing that you guys are going to be doing is preheating your ovens to 450 degrees. You guys need to ask your parents to do this because you guys are working with an oven, and I've already started to preheat mine and it is already starting to get hot. So you guys need to make sure you guys are asking your parents to do this step. And yeah, that's the first step. Okay, so the second thing that we're going to be doing is we are going to be measuring out our butter. So we need 6 tablespoons of butter, and what's perfect is butter shows you what tablespoons are. So we're gonna use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm gonna cut it right there.
Okay, so I already know exactly how much I need, so I'm cutting at that line. Then I need to unwrap my butter because we don't want paper in our biscuits. So next I'm taking my butter knife and I'm cutting them into squares. After that, you're just going to keep turning it and cutting it into smaller pieces, not too tiny because we still want nice chunks of butter. After, you're going to go ahead and put your butter in the refrigerator or freezer.
Okay, so the third thing you guys are going to do is you guys are going to measure out 2 cups of flour. I've already measured out 1 cup of flour, but I'm going to do the second one with you guys. So I have my bowl, my measuring cup, and my flour. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a spoon and I'm gonna put flour into my measuring cup. And I like doing it over my bowl because if any flour falls out, it falls into my bowl instead of falling onto the ground or on the counter. So that's what I like to do. So I'm gonna spoon in until there's enough flour, even if it's going over the top a little bit, because I'm gonna go in with a knife and I'm gonna go like this. Move it around just so there's enough. And then there we go. And then I'm gonna drop it in. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna measure out is we're gonna be measuring out baking powder. I have already measured out 1 tablespoon. That's all we need. So I'm gonna pour it into my bowl and we're gonna move on to the next ingredient. So the next thing that we're gonna need is baking soda. We need 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. So here we go. There we go. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. So the next thing is salt. I do not have, well, it's supposed to be on here, but I don't have 1 teaspoon. This is a 1/2 teaspoon, so I'm gonna do 2 of these. So I'm gonna pour into my tiny little teaspoon. There's 1, and there's 2. So the next thing that we're gonna do after we've mixed all of our dry ingredients into the flour, we are gonna take our cold butter and we are gonna toss it in. Stuck because I put mine in the freezer, so it got really cold. But we're gonna put it all in. And now it's in here. And this is kind of the fun part. What you're gonna do is you guys are gonna toss your butter with your flour, just so they're kind of all coated. And what you're gonna do next is you guys are gonna take your flour and your butter pieces and you're gonna pinch them together. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take it and you're gonna pinch it into the flour like that.
Okay, like I said, we are going to be pinching our butter or flour into our butter. So you guys are going to pinch, 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 and you guys can have small pieces and a little bit of big pieces, but we don't want them to be too huge like that. So make sure you guys pinch. Okay, so the next step we are doing is we are measuring out 1 cup of milk. I have buttermilk. You guys can try any other milks that you have. I'm not really sure about almond or like a nut milk, but you guys could try it and see how it turns out. I would love to know how those taste. So you guys are going to stir, 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 and then cut it again, and you're going to do the same exact thing. And we're going to do this one more time. We do it all together 3 times. So I did it once, I cut it twice, and I'm going to cut it one more. And I'm going to smush it. Smush, smush, smush. Next, I'm going to want to make it into a rectangular shape. So I'm going to smooth it out and stretch it a little bit on the top to make a rectangle. And if you can see, you guys can see those butter chunks in there. And when those guys cook, they are going to melt into the dough as they're cooking and as the dough is rising. And that is the best part. So I'm going to finish making my rectangle, and you guys can use your hands. So next I'm going to use my bench scraper, and I'm going to cut 3 lines that divide it into 4 rows. Then I'm going to do 1 long line that makes it so I have 8 biscuits.
Okay, now that we have our biscuits done, they're ready to go in the oven, but we have to get them onto the baking sheet first. And something you want to do first before you put them on the baking sheet is you guys are going to want to take some butter, and I like our biscuits, and I'm going to put them right on the pan. Oh, there you go. And they are ready for the oven, but after we put them in the freezer a little, or the refrigerator, because the butter inside of here, we want it to get really cold again. So when it's time to bake, all the butter just spills out into the biscuits. It is finally time to put our biscuits in the oven. So since I put mine in the freezer, I'm gonna take them out, and they should be nice and hard and just a little bit squishy. They're ready to go in, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them out of the freezer. I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna put them in, and they're all ready to go. Oh my gosh, look at those babies. I am so excited. Ah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let these cool off for a little, and then they are ready to eat. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how I love to eat my biscuit. And so I have a biscuit here, I have a little slice of butter, and I have some honey. So what I love to do is I like to cut my biscuit in half like this.
Oh my gosh, do you guys see that? I'm in love.
I put my little cube of butter on the inside, and then I sandwich it back up, and there's these little bitty parts. Oh my god, so good. And then take my honey, and I drizzle on top. This is how I like to eat my biscuit. It is so good. Here we go. My god, it looks so good. It tastes so good. I can't wait to finish that. I hope you guys had such a fun time making these biscuits with me. You guys can do this at home, and make sure you guys have your parents help you with the hard stuff. Alright guys, that is the end of the video, but I had so much fun baking with you guys today. I hope you guys get a chance to make them too, because they're so good. And if you do make them, you guys should post a picture of them, because I would love to see what your guys' biscuits look like. I hope you guys have the rest of I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I miss you guys so much. Bye!